Hi. When I sit here and listen to the last speakers, I started thought about what I'm going to say, because I have some pictures here and so on. And then it was about this dreaming. And then we all get this question, did you sit and daydream? And then I thought, I don't raise my hand because I never daydream. I think it's reality. So this is a project that's we definitely think was reality when we do it, and now it's other times, so maybe it's not reality. It's a story of the project. But the project was about how we shape our society, because we have this like super strong idea of a Swedish model and build our society of this ideological stuff that's all kind of old today, and we don't revalidate it at all. So like the easy concept, we live in cubicles and then we work in other cubicles and they are separate from each other. It was super effective and so on. But I think it's not so much about what we want in our lives, but it's easy to build. And we had this problem with like people living in bad condition and work really hard and so on. And I think today we have more kind of the problem that we have too much resource. So this was the idea to build a space, a working and living space, in semi-collective working living space, and minimize the private area to small rooms. And then we started to think about like how small could a room be, and how you work, how you move in an environment. And so this is a sketch, like full-scale sketch of a sleeping room. How small can we build it? What's our small? How we relate to scale? And this is a picture of a piece of the office that we more kind of building landscape and see how the body works in that, and see how you are in the room, like because the normal thing is that you use kind of a meter of the room in this level. So if I are down here is a kind of other room, and also if I are up on the roof like we tested here. But in all this, it was super squarey, because we have squarey minds, because we have grown up in a square environment. So even if it was maybe a new idea and people was, oh, this is so like a new ideological stuff, blah, blah, blah. And we need to make the room, we see, or we don't need, but we see that if we make the room more complex, if we have a small sleeping room that's all kind of 2-3 cubics, then if you don't see the whole room, it feels bigger, and then you can relate to your body. But it was still really uncomfortable, because it was cubics and squares and flat surface. This is the cubicle from the outside and the office. This was like we first make a 1-year sketch with like plywood and stuff, and then we make it for real. So this is now I use it for my office and also live there a little, so it's still ongoing. And then I was like, okay, this way of building not working. And then when I travel, this was like a lot of years ago, I see like the aesthetics of housing in countryside is not fitting at all how the landscapes forms. So then I used this like traditional way. I'm sitting on my office, and then I make sketches, and then when I make like 2-dimensional sketches and try to make a 3-dimensional thing that's going to fit to nature and body. It's not working, so then I build models, but it was still that way that I should understand what I do before I doing it. Still this method that with the clients that's going to have, this is going to be a holiday house. They are in the bottom of the house, so I construct this kind of a way to build double curved and so on, because you need a new technique, and I want to make it possible to produce this in an industrial way, really effective, and so on. So it was like a lot of engineering around this, but this is a total other story. And then it's been this house, and it's working, practical. But I think the aesthetics, now when I look on it, it's super conservative, because you have still flat surface that have like meaningless, and not like if you see on the like the frost, the glass on the facade, and how the curved facade connect to the air, it's like bad lines. So I say, why I doing? Why? How could I develop this? How could I think outside the curved room? This is the inside, and then is the other part, my lumberjacking. I began for 2 years ago. This is a typical site we work on. Like you come here. If you see behind the trees, you have a beautiful fjord, but you don't see the fjord. And the clients here want to have a nice park, a valley down to the shore with nice trees. And there are definitely nice trees in this mess. But you need to pick them. And you also need to go quite fast. And when you work in this environment that's kind of like sticks all over it, and you don't see anything. And then it's like I go there with my chainsaw. The colleague of mine is behind with the machine and cutting out the branches and sort it up it. But I only put down the trees. And you go to like climbing and so on. And then you need to take this decision quite fast, and you shape the landscape. And if you take wrong decision, you like hurt your work buddy, or you kill yourself or something. So that's not good. So it's kind of do right from the beginning. And then it end up in this kind of landscapes. And then when I walk there, and this is much better than my architecture. Okay, but I solved some problem. It's raining here, and it's really cold in the winter because we are in Scandinavia. So that's good, but the aesthetics I prefer, and a lot of people also do. Even if you compare to this kind of stuff we build around us, but I can compare to this. I need my own borders to jump over. So then I do this like super small project. It was a hen house, and then I only build in it. And it's end up like this. The method was so much better. Because why sketch? Why? Because it was like, I think also the sketching was because I don't trust myself. In all these cases, my clients trust me more than I do. I don't know why, but I think it's a good way, because like it's so extremely expensive if the clients not trust you, because then you need to do blueprints, visualization, and cost like more than the whole process, the whole building to build. If you're only building it and do it right, that's much easier. And this is a more smaller project. It's a bookshelves, and then this is about carpentry. And you know, when the client want to order a bookshelf in the whole room, and that's are expensive, because it's the usual way to see on bookshelves is there's going to be like nice woodwork, and it's like going to fit perfectly. But books are unique, so they are not fitting together perfectly. So why should the shelves doing it? And then it's kind of, if you have two pieces and you put them together, if the angle are sharp, then it's going to be one good fit. But if you're going to fit 3 pieces, it's much more complicated. And if you're going to fit 4 pieces, then it's like getting tricky if you're not a carpenter. So then I only put 2 pieces together. So this is the thing with, like, you can always like find a way to make things like super easy. You need to be. My first company is called Lat. It's lazy in English, and it was about like always thinking about the easiest way to do stuff, because I want to like, I don't work so much, so I like a kind of eating nice food and take a walk in the forest and maybe cut down some trees sometimes. And then I want to do a house to this guy, because this guy not fitting at all in our usual environment. This is a house, this house, this was my first house. It's super concept, it's timber together like this. This is like in the north hemisphere, it's like the most conservative way to build. So then I want to build a house that's a portrait of him, and I not have a clue how it's going to look. So I just building it. Thank you.